Welcome to this edition of War Commander Unshackled, Operation Chaos Apocalypse. Today for the panel is just me and Adele. And Adele is going to read
Welcome
over
to this edition of War
the
Commander
notes.
Unshackled, Operation Chaos
Hello.
Apocalypse.
Okay.
Let's see, wait a minute. Alright. So, do you want to go ahead and
Yep, sure. Okay, let me see. Okay, so it caught up on YouTube, right? The release notes.
Not quite. Give it a couple seconds. There we go. Go ahead.
Okay, so the patch note for 10 release notes by Drake. The following changes and fixes are being applied to the Wednesday, March 4th update. We have Chaos Apocalypse. Sarkis and Shadow Alliance have been defeated, Commander, but even as the sector recovers and wounds begin to heal, those who survive... Am I echoing?
Yeah, did you shut down your YouTube?
No, it's
I
me.
don't have YouTube on. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Where
Oh,
was I?
hey.
Oh.
Hey, Rambo.
Wait, you didn't realize it was... You didn't realize it was Rambo. Okay, where was I? Yeah. Even as the sector recovers and wounds begin to heal, those who survived can't help but wonder. Sarkis was so close to achieving his goals. What if we hadn't been able to stop him? In Operation Chaos Apocalypse, players will be able to earn the first Corpus Gem 4 unit, the Gorgon, the first 2 mercenary contracts for the new mercenary unit, the Storm Chaser, upgrade logistics for the Devout and Controller, and Omega level for the first piece of tech for Adam, Pain Training. It starts on March 5th at 10 a.m. PST and ends on March 11th at 10 a.m. PDT. So I guess it's switching from daylight time to standard time now. Okay, so, and Shadow Ops Destroy to Survive Chapter 3 full briefing is coming next week. The final chapter to earn the Destroyer unique unit is here, as well as your chance to earn the new Gorgon tech. An undenying massive scrap metal has been spotted in the ruins of battlefields. The Destroyer has been cobbled together by corpses of vehicles that have crossed its path. Taking on traits of other enemies it demolishes, the Destroyer proves that even after death, there is new life and destruction. It starts on March 13th at 10 a.m. PDT and ends on April 8th at 11:95 p.m. PDT. We have content changes, logistics, upgrade logistics are here. The Devout and Controller one-day upgrade logistics can be purchased in the event store. So before we go to the briefing, what does everyone think so far?
What do you think, Paul?
I don't know. I always got to wait to see when it comes to these things, man. You never know.
Oh, and by the way, in case for everyone that watched or looked at the March spotlight for like the art and models and all that stuff, the strange helicopter that you're seeing there is not the Storm Chaser. It's called the Storm, which is a new enemy, like a new NPC unit that we're going to fight against. So it was just a of confusion because it was like called the Storm and Storm Chaser, and I'm not sure if the art is even similar to each other, like the mercenary being actually an air unit, but if it is, it might have caused a bit of confusion to Drake when he was like posting them in the art spotlight. But yeah, just wanted to clear that up. So for the time being, we don't know what the Storm Chaser actually looks like.
I thought it was going to be a mercenary, though, like one of those other ones in there.
Yeah, it is Yeah, the Storm Chaser is a mercenary, but it's not this helicopter that you're seeing in the art showcase, like March art showcase.
So it's something that's
It's
flying. It's not an infantry.
um, up until now, we're not. I'm not really sure, but
Okay.
it's just. But it is indeed like the Storm Chaser is a mercenary unit, but this one that you're seeing, the helicopter, the strange looking helicopter, is called the Storm, which is an enemy unit that you're going to fight against.
We just have
You
too
will
much
have the
already
yeah.
as far as infantry. We just have too much of it.
I mean, mercenaries aren't like you can upgrade the mercenaries in the mercenary kit,
Um,
so it's not gonna matter if it's an infantry or anything. So yeah, you have the Gorgon on like showing on YouTube now. So
About
I can
to.
go into.
give me a second.
Hold on a second. Okay, so the Chaos Apocalypse. There
That's
we
what we got.
go. Let me get to. Wait a minute. That's weird. Okay, hold on a second. Let me. Okay, it should be. Yeah, it should be showing now.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
So
Okay, there we go. I have 3 monitors here. Hold on a second. Wait 1 second. It should catch up here.
Pick one.
Yeah, it's here, kitty, kitty.
You got cotton changes now.
Alright, I think it is now correct. Y'all see it on there?
What he just read is what's up there.
Okay. So, do you want to go to the Gorgon?
okay, just making sure that you didn't screw it up again.
Not me, it's the internet. I'm trying to figure out what screen is what, because I had to go into so many different ways to get the freaking thing to work.
Okay. So
Okay,
what
there we go.
what we're seeing here is the Gorgon, which is Generation 4 Corpus type ground weapon mortar type damage type area. Size is 160. It goes down to 120 if you have the max capacitor reduction from the war factory, because it's a vehicle, not an infantry. Its health at level 1 is 7,644,000. At max level, it goes up to 17,335,000 and 500. The DPS at level 1 is 370,000 and 248. And max level, it goes up to 765,000 and 950.
Basically.
Its max range is 5.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's excited.
Okay. The maximum range it has is 550. The maximum speed is 3.75. It's probably gonna just show up as 3.7, or maybe they rounded up to 4. No. Level 10 talent movement speed is increased by 25%. Level 20 talent is health is increased by 25%. I read the briefing before, and this part here is where it's gonna be like really interesting. The faction talent damage taken from single source is capped at 7% of the total health. So what that basically means is that if you are aligned to Corpus and you use these guys along with whatever you want, or even use them alone, you're gonna need, if you're on the other side of like this attack from these Gorgons, you're gonna need at least 15 of any high damage projectile to kill these guys. Like 7% is basically capped, like meaning you're gonna need 15 shots at least to kill the Gorgons. And these guys have, like, from the stats alone, it seems like they have a lot of health. Like, it's just slightly below the Devouts, which is like 19 million or something. So they are right close to Devouts in terms of health. As
Right.
far as durability, I'm not sure.
Is it like a defense unit or an attack unit?
No, it's like just similar to any standard unit. You can use it in defense, you can use it in
Okay.
offense.
So rail's not even
Now
going
it,
to do damage more than 7% either.
yeah, I mean, we can't be sure if even railguns are gonna be able to scratch it even. But um, it's not gonna have any. It's not gonna have any bonus range if it's used in base defense, because I saw some people talking about it and speculating about it. So just wanted to clear that up. And it does shoot air, so it can shoot both. It won't shoot high altitude unless there's a tech that enables it to do so.
So, in comparison to, say, for instance, Nick, that can hit ground and air, or just ground, which would be better, this thing or Nick?
I mean,
Like, if you could
we
only put one
compare
in.
one on one. It's probably gonna be Nick that is gonna be like the best. Like compare like if you're comparing it in terms of
Yeah,
against
just
air and ground.
right, just one
So
unit versus one unit, not like a whole base full.
yeah, so I mean, even though it's a Gem 4, it might not be able to pack the punch that Nick has. But again, it's all Gem 4 units so far seems to be game changers. So we'll just have to wait until the game is up once, like after it goes down and finishes the update. So we're gonna have to see how well it does in base attacks and how well it does as a base defender. Now, if you want to go full corpus and have these guys in base defense, they're gonna be like hell of a lot durable. Like they're gonna last at least 15 shots, so it's gonna be really tough to kill them.
Why on the side
Uh,
chat is asking if they can go into bunkers or not, towers.
No, I won't be able to go in a bunker.
uh, no, they won't because they are vehicles, not infantry.
Vehicle.
So since it's
So
corpus vehicle, it can be part of the faction, but not with.
yeah, I mean, it's pretty. It's probably gonna be a pretty small drone. I mean, it's a walking assault drone, but it's still a vehicle, not an infantry.
Okay.
I think they're going to be
Uh,
awesome as defense.
But do you think more people will use them as defense, or
and
can they use them as like going to somebody else's base, or both?
Well, maybe both, but I think more in defense.
Okay, yeah, true.
I'm gonna say it's more in offense than defense,
Okay.
because because if you use them in offense, you get to have that 7% adaptive armor, which is like almost 100, like double the effectiveness of Corpus's current adaptive armor that you get from the faction trade. So, and it's basically like even the controllers with all their high damage that they have, you're gonna need 15 drones from a single controller to kill just one of these guys if you have the faction trade active. So they're gonna be like hell of a lot more durable than other units that you usually use in base attacking. As for defense, the faction trait is immediately thrown out of the window because so far no one is really willing to use, uh, like any hardcore PvP defender won't use a single faction defense, just because it's like you can't. No one's is gonna remove the Nick or the Screamer from the base.
Are you telling me that if I put in defense and I don't have a faction set up, that I'm not going to get that 7%?
Yeah, it's a faction talent, which is like only it only gets activated once you have the faction trait active. So it's
Okay. So
basically like
if I have a mixed tune in there, then you're saying that basically they're going to die quick?
I'm not really sure, but I mean they might be like close to the durability of devouts, and they're also quick, so they can probably do a lot. But like if the enemy has like a couple controllers, maybe they can swat them out quickly. But if you had the faction trait active, it's probably gonna make them like able to last a lot longer than they are originally supposed to. Um, One more thing, the Gorgon gets a damage boost the closer it is to its target. So uh, probably the best companion to have them with is your Darkstorm, just because anything that gets close is gonna get annihilated quickly because they're gonna get damage boosted because it's closer to their targets. So it's basically forcing that damage boost to activate. Um, so let's see. The the description says the latest from Corpus's drone research division. The Gorgon is fast and armed with a modified mortar capable of devastating targets at close range or opening a hole in enemy defenses. Uh, okay, we'll move to tech and mercenary contract.
Be interested in
Before
my work.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
before move on, any questions about the Gorgon on the side chat or anything? Just just so that we don't miss anything.
No, but Skipjack
Or
is
people,
on the side chat.
Nah, they're not
Hey,
asking.
Skip.
Yeah, but we pretty much covered the questions so far. They just want to know if they go to um if they want to go in
Yeah,
bunkers. That's about it.
yeah. I mean, I doubt anyone would place them in a bunker just because their range is like miles lower than a controller, which is like 700 at level 20. So, which is like what 1050 range in the watchtowers. So replacing those, like, they're gonna need to be a lot more damaging and more durable than controllers, which they seem they are, but we can't tell about the damage part. But we'll see. So with the tech and mercenary contract, we have the first component for Adam, which is pain training. It goes into armor slot and functionality, gain 90% damage reduction for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. Now this is scaling up as you upgrade the tech from level 1 to 6. For 10 seconds at max level after taking damage for the first time. Event XP's cost is 500k. And now we have the mercenary contract. The mercenary camp is about to get some new firepower, and it's up to you to enlist the new unit Storm Chaser. You can earn 2 contracts per event, first playthrough only, by completing Faction Mission 3, then Faction Mission 4. Once you've earned 8 contracts over the next cycle of events, you'll be able to enlist Storm Chaser, the newest mercenary. And this is what the mercenary contracts look like. If you zoom in closely, you can actually read what it's saying, which is like a neat little detail.
Let's see. Oh,
So you can only do it during the first playthrough?
it says the mercenary is considered
Hang on,
land.
I think I can read it from
Are
here.
you trying to read the
Let me see.
contract?
Yeah, we're gonna read. It's important to know what you're signing. Okay,
You can
I'm
sign your
not
account away.
I'm not signing
okay,
nothing.
okay. So it says this mercenary is considered hired by signed commander to carry out missions agreed to, prompt payment upon completion of required tasks. Named mercenary may be called upon for future assistance. This contract is a binding agreement between the mercenary and the commander. Any attempt
Huh.
by said mercenary to break this agreement is considered treason and punishable by death. And it seems like
No.
both the commander and the mercenary have signed it. So Storm Chaser better be doing its job well, otherwise
So I think we had
plus 80.
4 for the tank last time, so now they want 8 for this one?
Yeah, but it's roughly the same thing because you're gonna get 2 contracts per event. Like
Sure,
you're
bet.
gonna get one from mission 3 and from mission 4, like faction mission 3 and 4.
Why
Uh,
would they do only the first playthrough only? Why would they do that?
uh, I actually have no idea because this one, like, it wasn't there when I first read it, or maybe I just skipped it and didn't pay much attention. But I can ask and see. Um, let's see. So Sockets and Shadow Alliance have been
Oh,
defeated.
wait a minute.
Commander,
Before we go through that, is there any
yep,
text that we can be able to get for that other stuff? For
text like
like
what?
for what we just had mentioned before, that new one that's coming out that has like 4 legs and looks like it's on acid running around.
Um, no, the you can't get text for the Gorgon yet.
Okay.
The texts are only available in Shadow Ops.
Oh, okay.
They will be available. They'll probably be available next event, but this event no, they won't be available.
So like complete the shadow ops and the text will start popping out like it has been for the devouts and controllers and stuff like that.
Yeah, so
Okay.
next phase, which is starting after the event, should give you Gorgon text.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's always after.
Yeah. Okay, so Sarkis and the Shadow Alliance have been defeated, Commander, but even. Wait, we read all that description anyway. So, in Operation Chaos Apocalypse, commanders will be faced with 3 gameplay tracks: main and faction track, and the return of the eradication track. Now, eradication track, in case you forgot what it is, it's basically similar to what we had in zombie events, where you attack players who who are infected, but this time instead of being infected by zombies, they are being raided by Shadow Alliance forces.
So
So
we don't
you're
have
gonna
to worry about coronavirus in here, right? I'm
no,
kidding. I'm kidding.
but some but there is a new species called Sarkis virus, so we better clear it up. Uh, okay, so
So scroll down
and
here.
as you can see here,
Yeah.
you you earn up to 250k XP if you complete the whole track, which has like a certain checkpoint marks along the way. Now, since it's a PvP related like track, even though it is, jumping is not gonna be enabled for this event so far.
Okay.
So so jumping is still disabled. So make sure
It's
you are in your sector or the enemy sector if you're feeling like smashing someone.
okay. So now it's turned into a PvP thing like we had a few ones ago.
Yeah, but even then, jumping is still disabled.
Is it gonna open up halfway at all?
Uh, not. No, I haven't heard any plans to open it midway.
Okay.
So for the time being, it's disabled all the way until the event ends.
Okay. That's good info.
Yep. So let's see. We have the main track, which consists of 8 attack missions and 3 defense missions. Deployable units, all units, and all of them are like roughly the same thing as previous events. Like mission 1, you have Gen 3 unit roll, and then bronze caches and silver caches.
Yep, same design.
Mission 3 gives 5 million thorium and AA infantry components. There is 2 anti AA infantry training tokens at mission 6, which is the second defense mission. And mission 9, which is the last defense mission, gives an AA infantry unit. Now, in the faction track, the first mission gives you a Gorgon, and then the second mission gives 3 training tokens. The third mission gives 2 Gorgons and a restart token and a mercenary contract. The fourth one gives 3 Gorgons, trophy unlock for purchase, and the second mercenary contract. So it's
Question:
Get a few of them.
6.
is it gonna be like if we have to hit somebody? Is it gonna be like Warpath where you only can hit them twice?
Mm,
And
if
then they
I
have a pink bubble throughout the entire time because they did that the other time.
it should be the same structure as the previous eradication tracks. Like you just hit a base just to cleanse it from the Shadow Alliance forces. So it's gonna be roughly the same. Wait, hold on. the information's here. Okay, we'll see. Player bases have been overrun by the Shadow Alliance, and they need your help to take them out. Instead of trying to crush a player's base, you'll need to liberate it. The more of the Shadow Alliance you clear from bases, the more XP you get. You might crush the player in the process, but there will always be casualties and friendly fire in war. There are 5 award checkpoints in this track, so save your neighbors and cleanse the sector. Act fast because once a base is liberated, it will be unavailable for credit on this track. So it's basically, yeah, if you hit it once and it's pretty much pink bubble for everyone.
Okay.
Like you probably can hit it, but it's not gonna credit you anything for the eradication track.
I have a pretty fair idea people are going to be real upset about this event.
You know, during that last time we had to do that eradicating things, there was times where I'd go in there and clear out the base, and I wouldn't get credit. Like
Mm-hmm.
I had to kill the. What I realized is I had to kill all the troops, the cleansing part, before the base died. Did you notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
so that was one thing I didn't realize that I needed to do, but after numerous bases, I figured out that
Mm.
that's what I had to do. So I couldn't go in there and just kind of ruby it. I had to sit on the side and let everything come to me first,
Mm-hmm.
and then go in and clear it. I'm just pointing that out. I don't know if anyone else realized it.
Well, I know Skip says, reminder, if you hit an alliance member, you both can lose some infamy when hitting each other, like the same clan type thing. She says for people who have a lot, no big deal, but for people with a small amount, please do keep that in mind for the eradication track. No, not as far as I know, restrictions. Okay, so there will be no restrictions unlike Warpath. Okay, that's better.
I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry.
There she is.
Oh, there we go.
I'm sorry.
Yay!
And I'm not trying to rain on anything, but
No, you're
but
not.
there was a lot of stuff that happened during eradication that I remember when we had eradication. It's just like on some of those things, some things I'm horrible about, and some things I'm animal about keeping spreadsheets. That was one of them. So when we did have the last time we did have an eradication kind of a thing, that was a big issue where people had forgotten that if you have the same tag and you hit each other, and I mean, we might as well just say it. Other people, you have alts. Some people have alts, and they had the same tag, whatever, and they got upset because both people lost infamy. The regular PvP rules, for even during the eradication track, will apply, but no, as far as I know, I'm almost. I won't speak in absolute. I'm like 99% sure that there it won't be the warpath rules. I mean, it wasn't, as far as I know, we weren't told that. I can double check. I don't really want to bug Drake too much because I know he was really busy. But I would think that if that was a thing, that would be pretty prominent. And since it's so in tune to warpath, I really don't think they would take something out of warpath to put it into this event. There was some conversation, we can say it, there was some conversation about having the jumps open. We have had events where it was like that, and then the decision was made, and that was announced right before the release notes came out, that jumps would remain closed. So I believe I can go into Discord and I do a search for it. Braden had a pretty extensive discussion about it, and as also did Drake yesterday. They were very active in Discord yesterday, so active I just couldn't keep up with all of it, and I tried to record it all, but it was like everybody was asking so many questions. It's like I literally have to stop my video to read what they have to say. Um, but yeah, definitely, keep that in mind. If you're hitting a mini, don't freak out. Please don't send a ticket because your mini lost infamy, and especially if it has a little bit of infamy. If you have a new player, returning player, I don't know, somebody new to the game, don't freak out if they lose a little bit of infamy and you lose some too. It's just part of it. Go, work on. I had fun with your adaptation track, like Rambo said. I had fun with it once I figured out what the heck we were supposed to do.
Yeah,
So
I
I
remember.
don't.
I remember people at the high level was like begging, "Come hit me! I took everything on my base. Come hit me!"
yeah, but you know what? It's like we're always talking about how we get bored or wish there was something else to do. I mean, once I finally figured out what was going on, I didn't get bored. I thought it was fun to watch. That's one of the reasons why I wish we had the view feature like they have in Battle Pirates and War Commander Rogue Assault and Vega. I wish we could watch other people trying to do, honestly, especially the eradication track, because it was cool because they were trying to fight the enemy off, but, not get pummeled. Of course, then there were a few people that just completely broke their bases down and made it really totally easy. It was really easy just to sit there, and cherry pick the enemy off. But I like the kicks. I mixed it up a little bit, so I'm hoping that they were smart. This is just me speaking as a player because I like those kind of challenges. I hope the eradication track isn't the same thing every single time. I hope it's a little bit mixed up. So you know what I mean? Like maybe, the first time you do it, the units come in one way and maybe the next time you do it, they come in, you know what I mean? So it's not just redundant.
But at
I'm
the same time, are they going to say that since this is Survivor, you can only hit Survivor bases?
I no, I think it's no, because I think this is, I mean,
Because
see, and I,
cause it says three tabs there.
yeah,
No, this is what this was.
when
Go
I was
ahead.
on the YouTube, the,
This was part of the PvP track, not the
yes,
eradication track.
yeah, the PV, I'm sorry, the
So
PvP track, yeah. Sorry.
yeah, yeah,
Give them,
because previously we had an offense and defense PvP track, and this was when the faction like rules
yeah.
were applied. But in
I
the
mean,
eradication track, it's smash whoever you want.
and um, well, I guess I can say his game name, but I mean, he's in the side chat. I'm just going to say his game name. Scooby's in the side chat, and for some people, again, I'm not a really good PvP player, but for some people who are, at the top part of their game and they do play like a day or two, whether you have coin or not, sometimes it's skill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how often you have to take, and the first 1 or 2 days, or maybe the third day, you're bored out of your gourd. I mean, War Commander, out of all the kick size games, has the longest event, and the one time when kicks I tried to shorten them, everybody had a cow. Okay, so they went back and they didn't go as long as they used to do, but they came up with a compromise. I didn't necessarily mind when they opened the jumps on like Sunday at 3 o'clock. I didn't mind that because by that, but I mean that was just me. By then I had what I needed and I helped as many people as I could. But I see where some people don't like it because you're trying to foster an environment where people can get caught up or get what they need, or especially if they miss an event. To me, I think this is to me, there's so many people that are looking forward to these upgrade logistics. I don't know if you guys got there yet, and I'm
No, not
sorry.
yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, my YouTube lagged, so it didn't look like it was scrolling, so I thought I missed that part. I'm so
Mm-mm.
sorry. Anyway, let me try that again. There's so many people that are looking forward to the things that are coming in this event. In this instance, I'm glad that they aren't going to open up PvP because I think people are really excited. So I'll leave it at that and go back to what you were doing, Adele. Sorry.
You're fine. You're
I thought I
fine.
had
Don't
missed
worry.
all of it because my YouTube was completely lagged. Like it didn't even give me a notification that you got, even though you told me that you guys were going to do a show. I'm subscribed and it says that your show is starting in 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, we had some issues with his stuff, and then with my stuff, and then
I'm
when I was trying to
We
hit go live and everything, it would not connect with OBS because I
so
have
frustrated.
Spectrum and it is crap in this state. So I have to work with the hours. It works better with me at night. So
I
what?
swear to goodness, between all of our time zones and what we have, I mean, I know individually we can all do this, but doing it as a group between Google and YouTube, they have really, I'm going to say it, screwed to pooch on this one. And it just keeps getting worse. But I'm bound and determined, even if we end up having to use, like the one that Shadow Killer used, and we
Streamyard?
have, yeah, and use StreamYard and just keep it at, what is it? It's 6 people, right? The host and 5 other people.
Right.
Um,
yeah.
Whatever it takes, because just now while you guys were talking and I was typing on the side and you were scrolling and then it stopped scrolling and it wasn't you guys, it was YouTube, and it
Mm-hmm.
lagged so bad, and then I was typing a question about the tech that Adele was talking about, and and my question was there on the YouTube chat, but it was like, what, and it's like all of a sudden I was like, well, I'm not, it was nothing against you guys, it's just YouTube wasn't keeping up
Mm-hmm.
with where you guys were at. And I mean, I get lag and everything when people are screen sharing or fighting each other or PvPing, but you guys are just sharing freaking notes. I mean, it shouldn't lag that bad.
Yeah, but see, my problem is I had whenever I tried to connect OBS with YouTube, it kept on trying to say the connection was bad. I had to try a few times until it said good.
That's why I don't even, that's why I don't even, that's why I said I don't even do the live ones anymore. I go to Twitch and I do everything from Twitch. But Adele, please remind me, or just don't let me forget, because there are some people that did ask that question in Discord today, and you were better at explaining it than me. And I just think because you understand the text better than I do. But there are a lot of players that do not understand very well. And I saw you explain this to a player once in one of the rooms. I think it was probably like the customer support section of Discord. Not a bug report. They were asking a question, and his tech is, with those levels, and it is, the people don't understand how the tech works, about, when it says it takes, 90% less damage for the first 10 seconds or whatever. People don't understand how those techs work. And I was just wondering, not now,
when
but
they
yes, I was going to say when they work. I was just wondering because I don't remember what unit it was. I don't remember if it was Adam. I don't remember if it was it was probably the high tech. I don't remember. It was one of the ones that came out with one of those techs. And somebody says, another useless piece of, and you said, depending on how you look at it. And then somebody said, well, can you explain better? Because I never understood these. You gave one of the best explanations I have ever seen. I should have cut and pasted it. But so later, when you're done with the notes, if you could please help, because people will watch this show later, if you could please help the community to understand better how those texts work. Um, because we don't have a Kicksai employee on the side chat to, kind of explaining it a little bit better.
Just keep it in 40 minutes because after 40 minutes, I gotta go pick up my kid.
That's totally fine. So, I mean, if you have time for that, if you don't have time for it, if you don't mind, at least for me anyway, if you don't mind typing that up somewhere and posting it on Unshackled on the page, like if we don't get to it on the show, post it on Unshackled on the page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, I'm going to save it, so that every single time somebody asks me about a tech that functions like that, regardless of what the numbers are, the functionality of those kinds of techs is basically the same. The numbers change, and like Rambo said, when they work. And yes, there'll be people that will be total anal about it and test the heck out of it to make sure it does work. And when it doesn't, they will scream and say, it doesn't work.
like
But we
Mike.
need people to scream. So I like screamers. But anyway, go back to what you're doing, Adele. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll definitely explain it once we're done with the prizes and all that. So,
I forgot what part of this were you
let me
on?
see. We were under the rewards and trophies, under the
Under
just
description.
scroll down a little bit.
Yes.
Rewards and trophies
Okay,
section.
there we go. Wait for
Promise.
YouTube to catch up on that one.
Bless its heart. It is really slow. This is crazy.
Yeah, I think it's me. I think it's the internet.
I had this. I had this problem when I uploaded 3 videos today to send off to the team and to the Battle Pirate team, and it took forever for stuff to upload. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's them scanning, stuff that's happening. All right, there we go. Now it's caught up.
Okay. Let's see. So we have the rewards, the boss cash, which is 3 techs for devout ogre and controllers. It's wait. Let me see. Oh, so it's 3 techs for controller, devout, and ogre, bronze, silver, or gold, or it's a 1 tech for one of these units. So it's either three components randomized between the ogre and the devout and controllers, or 1 tech for 1 tech for all of the components for 1 unit. So for example, let's say you got a devout complete set. So it's gonna give you one of all the bronze, one of all the silvers, and one for all the golds. Or it's gonna be randomized 3 between these 3 units. Fun fact: the ogre was originally intended to be a Gem 4 unit, but back then Gen 4 functionality wasn't really finalized, so they held off on it. So the Devout ended up being the first Gen 4. Just throwing it out there as a fun fact.
Okay.
Let's see.
I have to say this. This is funny. Skip said on the side chat the trophy looks like a purple version of my grandmother's Hoover vacuum.
It does. Look like Dyson. Ah,
Where's the
I was gonna
handle?
say I wanted to say a Dyson because Dysons are kind of cool and sexy looking, but that one's just a little too clunky for me. So it does. My grandmother's passed away, but I
Oh,
mean, it does. It was years ago. I mean, she was 101 when she passed. But God bless that Hoover lasted for forever. It wasn't
yeah.
purple,
You gotta just
obviously.
pull this back, crank that,
Yeah,
and
it's like do this,
that's the
do
front of
that.
it.
Yeah, I know. It's like it'll be all right. Just tap that bag a little bit. It'll be okay. That dust will clear in a minute, and then you can vacuum it up.
Yeah, make sure you place his bag back here.
Sure. I'm sure if any of the guys, I hope when the guys at Kicks watch the show, because they will. I hope, especially the art guy. I hope he doesn't. It just that's the first thing I thought when I saw it, and actually, I wasn't the only person who said it, so I just thought it was funny. That I don't know. It'd be interesting. I'm hoping maybe one of these days Drake can start including some of the animations, on KXL, so that we can actually see what it looks like if you decided to animate it. I know back in the day,
Go to your room and
Bernie used to
eat.
try, and then Lyle
Go to your
did, but then
room.
I'm not really sure why we got away from not putting like an animated version of the trophy out, ahead of time for people to see. So, 15 per unit. So this is just an update because we were trying to get some information from Drake earlier because there is a lot of confusion about the upgrade logistics. There is a cap. There's 15 per unit. So I'm not sure. Wait, DS, is that, wait, I'm trying to look at Discord. Is that how many we can hold, or is that how many we can have max for the event? Because I know somebody's going to ask.
No, it's gonna be the
Oh,
maximum
Lord.
amount you can hold,
Oh,
but
nope.
you can buy as many.
Nope, Drake just
Go
said
to
it.
your
I don't
room.
know how much you can hold, but I know that you can only purchase a maximum of 15 each in the event store. Oh my.
Oh boy, that's
Oh
not gonna go. That's
boy.
not gonna go well.
Well, we shared the information, and that's all I have to say about that. Permission,
Okay, moving on.
permission to speak like a player? Come on, I was really looking forward to grinding this. Come on, I got controllers and devouts to get upgraded. Seriously, really, that was an excellent price. You're only gonna let me get 15? What the hell? If you let me get a whole bunch of them, I will play every single day. Maybe not all day, every single day. I might even pull an all-nighter. You're only gonna let me get 15? Come on. I'm not gonna be able to upgrade my devouts and my controllers, like all those big corners. I want to catch up to the other people. Dag nab. So what I gotta do? Wait till the end, the next event to get more?
Probably.
Ah, son of a biscuit eater. Jesus, mother of Pete and the ever loving donkey. I'm sorry, I am speaking just as a player right now, not anything else. Okay, so let's get to the event store because everybody wants to look at that. Yes.
Um. Okay, so
all that.
the so we got the caches, which are components for survivor, Gen 3 survivor units. There are 3 texts
Go
for
eat
each.
in your
Like the
room.
bronze cache is basically gonna give you everything from bronze, gold,
Go
and
to your
silver
room.
components, but it's gonna be like low chance to get the high ones. Silver cache will
Katie,
give you
get
silver
out of
and gold
fucking hallway.
components for Gen 3 survivor units. The gold cache gives you only gold
Hurry
components
up.
for Gen 3 survivor units. So
Go to
you
your room.
have gunships, lancers, excavators, aces, and am I missing something? I think that's all of them, or maybe I'm missing one. We have the unit Gorgon, which is unlocked from the faction track, and the training tokens are for Gen 3 survivors units. We have a gunship, lancer, excavator, and ace. Oh yeah, sharpshooters. I was missing the sharpshooters. There we go. Let's see. So
The one thing
finally,
that's
the
used.
interesting part of this briefing. What are you saying?
I'm gonna say the one thing that people don't use anymore is sharpshooters.
Yeah, they got bent over quickly by the controllers for some odd reason. Well, it's been looking forward to. So the event trophy, 400k XP.
Yeah.
We have the upgrade logistic for devout and controllers. Boost the upgrade time by 1 day, so 24 hours. And if you notice, there are some upgrade levels that have extra hours. So if you use it
You broke up a bit
at
there.
logistic on that, so 2 days and 6 hours. You used to. Okay, let me repeat myself. So you have, let's say, for example, an upgrade on the devout, which is 2 days and 6 hours. You use two logistics, and
Caitlin,
that makes 6 hours left until the
get
devout
out
is
of the
upgraded to the
kitchen.
next level. So in this case, you can either use a logistic and remove the 6 hours, but it won't carry over to the next level. So that remaining, um, or what is it? 18 hours, I guess. That's out of it. That 18 hours won't carry over to the next level. So basically, you're gonna lose a bit of value from the logistics. So use it wisely because you can only buy 15 of them. So we have both these logistics are at 225k piece. Pain training, which is Omega Atom's first component, at 500k. Atom parts make their appearance finally at 200k a piece. This is for standard one. We have one elite atom part at 125k, and the package, which is 4 parts, is 375k. Legendary BFG parts are 100k a piece. The AA attachment tech, which makes it able to shoot high altitude units, at 150k. Not rigid, rapid rotors and perfect plating, massive missile are legendary Hellstorm components, 225k a piece. We have the legendary laser tank at 150k, the legendary laser tank component bundle at 125k. Lights on, which is the backup that lets you disable the Darkstorm aura,
Garbage.
is 200k
Shh.
per purchase. Gas mask and reposition mask, which is immune to smoke effect, the status effect. Now it is called status effect, but it doesn't actually like apply the the debuffs of a status effect. Like for example, Sentinel units will still be get affected even if they have the faction trait active, or Atom won't get buffed by it. It's like more of a different type of status effect. Anyway, so it's 100k and reposition that gives 25% movement speed when they get affected by smoke status effect at 100k. Sector goal bases. The future of humanity. Wait, do you have it on YouTube or not?
Let me see.
She's got down to reposition.
It has not caught up yet. She's at reposition, so the sector goals have not. Sector goal base.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Surgical base, yeah, it's not caught up yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I do apologize for earlier. My daughter will
Okay.
not leave me alone.
Cool. And I apologize too for forgetting to mute up when I'm typing. I'm wondering why I hear it later on freaking YouTube on the delay. I'm like, who's clicking? It's me.
It's like, who's yelling? It's me.
Okay, there we go. The description. Finally, it caught up to description.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. The future of humanity is taking another technological leap, as Adam can now reach Omega levels. Destroying the enemy will grant you Omega part. You can earn up to 20 Omega parts in a single hit, and we raised the minimum to 2 Omega parts. At the conclusion of the event, the sector goal base is going to be automatically unlocked for one last assault. Sectors can still unlock it early during the event with Sector XP. Look out for the additional attack window and have your platoons ready, Commander. and this is basically explaining what our sector goal bases have. Now, in case you're wondering, well, Adam, like, why should I get him to Omega? Well, similar to what the Chopper Company did had and the Hive, Adam has a bit of improvement at Omega levels. So his aura that does a percentage damage based on the maximum health, it the percentage is increased, like the amount of damage it deals to enemies is increased. So basically, units that are in the aura will take more damage than if the Atom was standard or elite. So it's it's gonna be worth it bringing him to Omega, and you also have the third component slot to put him on once we have all three components for him. Uh, let's see. So we went through everything here. Uh, yeah. So let's see the text that reduces damage when taking damage. Let's see. Let's say, for example, the implicable advance and pain training that Adam and Devouts have. The way these texts work is that once they once they take any amount of damage, that even includes the barbed wires that you have in your base. Once they take any amount of damage, they get they get this 90% damage reduction for a certain amount of time, depending on the tech and its level. And so once and then after the duration of the tech expires, it just the benefit goes away. So usually people will try to use them when they're like, for example, let's say you there is an opening in a base, and there are like plenty of controllers in front of you. So in this case, you can bring in Devout with this tech, and they can tank more than usual if you did had the other gold tech on, which isn't gonna matter. But these type of components, like, they can really shine if there's like a heavy fortified point and a base, and you want to take it out, but your units like can't survive for too long. So these basically give you a big advantage, like a big temporary advantage in the beginning of a battle, and then that allows you to like win the battle, and like with much less losses than usual, or etc. However you want to see it. Now, the hives component is a bit different than that. It's that the description says is that it gets the armored up mode. The drones get the armored up mode the moment the hive is dead. So this time instead, the hive drones, the moment the hive dies, they get this benefit. So let's say, for example, you had a ton of hive rumblers, for example, built up on a power plant or something, and you position them around the base and all that, and then you go in and suicide your hive, and then suddenly all of your drones that have deployed have that 90% damage reduction for, I believe it's 15 seconds. So it's even longer than the pain training that Adam has.
Mm-hmm.
So once the hive is dead, the benefit goes into these drones, and they can like tank a lot for your units, and you move in, and you probably can take a base even with less casualties than you previously seen before. So yeah, the damage part is a bit like, I know some people not fan of these type of bonuses, but they do have their way when you want to use them. Like, they can be really effective if you really want to use them and know how to use them correctly.
Yes, exactly. And it
So
is one of the reasons why you see when someone has an elite hive, why you might see, especially if their hive died or you killed it and they come to attack your base, where you may see in your battle log where it may say an Omega Rumbler, even though they deployed an elite hive, because of that 15 seconds, basically it armors that drone up to what would be the maximum level drone. So for those of you who occasionally get hit by, people don't have the Omega, you get hit by an elite, and you're like, what the hell? This guy's cheating. He's got Omega drones. No, when you killed, because you'll see that the hive died, and you'll see that whatever was left, basically, the way that the game reads it is that it become like an Omega status. So that's why it shows up in the battle log that way. So they're not cheating. But
It's actually just it's not that because of the armor up mode that it's showing Omega. It's basically the tech itself up like the even if it's a standard hive, the tech itself gives like says deploys a level 5 rumbler or
yeah, like it
slashers
just
or buzzers.
throws it
So
out there. I did see a
yeah,
guy.
so
I wish I had the video. I'm sorry, just really quick because I do have to go. I'm sorry. I did see a guy. I
yeah,
just want to say it when you said about the suicide unit because I know somebody will say something about it later. But I did see a guy who blazed his way. I will not say who that person is, but a lot of people know who that person would be. Blazed his way through a sector and was just like rolling through a whole bunch of bases and saved the very end for me. He was like, this is my version of suicide. So he killed a whole bunch of bases and he used his hive. And at the end, that's what he did. And he saved the best for last. The guy that had the highest level power plants in his base. So that's what he did. And he built up a whole lot of stuff. It's just like you said, Adele. So he could take them to that power plant and with just whatever seconds there were left. So the guy's like, yeah, he's not going to be able to get me for 3 stars. And booyah, the guy who, I mean, he didn't suicide his hive. He was dragging it through the sector, like literally bowling people over. But he saved the best for last, just so he could show, look what happens when my hive dies. And you see on the video, you see the power plant go, and he had like 7 seconds left in the base. And it was just like, oh my God, that was so epic. It was one of the best PvP moments. I mean, not that this guy couldn't take any base, but it was just kind of showing that little bit of a niche power kind of a thing. And I'm so sorry, I did not expect this to happen, but I just got a very weird message from my neighbor next door, and she's out early. So I'm sorry to duck out, sorry to interrupt, but I do have to
no,
go.
That's okay. I appreciate you coming on.
no
And
worry.
no, and thank you for the show and everything that you guys are doing, and um, make sure it gets promoted out there all over the place because I wasn't really sure if anybody was going to do a release note show today. So
Well,
it's
originally it wasn't going to happen because I've had to deal with my daughter half the day, and I haven't had my panic attack meds in 4 days, but been trying to get off of it, but apparently I cannot.
well, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, well, I got some more today, so tomorrow I should be good to go.
All right. Well, you have a good day, you guys. Thanks again, and everybody in the side chat. I tried to thank as many people as I saw. I'm sure I probably missed somebody, but thanks for everybody who did show up in the side chat
Yeah.
to support the show on YouTube. And you guys too for putting something together and making it work with the best that we have with whatever technology throws at us. You guys take care.
All right, you too, hon.
All right.
See ya.
So, Paul, what are your thoughts as far as the tracks of this one? Have to go
There's gonna be a
nothing.
lot to do, you know. There's a lot of things to do, and I think a lot of us big players we get stuck with boredom at the end of it only because now if we're going to be shut off on tokens, it's going to be like we're going to be set on so much extra XP that now what are we going to do with it? So should be interesting how this is going to play out.
Yeah.
This probably is gonna be like now we all know how the status of balance between offense and defense at the moment, like defense being having let's say the upper hand because there are still like ways you can like for example the controllers you have like here for example let's say Santiago or Kyle or Weaver that can shoot down these drones. So it's like and people still don't see that because it's like the the drone is a projectile so it can be shot down by units that can shoot projectiles. And you have like a couple units like let's say where are they? I think there are 7 in total. So we have liberators from survivors and technicals from survivors. Oh, and ravagers as well from the siege squadron. And from Sentinels we have Acolytes. Yeah, it's just Acolytes actually. And for Corpus we have um, Spartan ZK along with Luke. You have Santiago along with Dracons, and you have Buzzers, which are the airborne drones for the Hive. So, and it's it's probably a good idea if you bring your Hive into a base and able to stay out of range of the bunkers and position wait for a couple air units to come in and let your buzzers build up, and then let them accompany you with into your base. And as you're moving in and the controller drones are coming at you, the buzzers will shoot them down, so giving you cover. So it's basically rendering what I call a bunker useless. Basically, yeah, you can replace them with sharpshooters, but you're trading off with the ability to deal no damage whatsoever. So, and now we have the Gorgons now, which are probably gonna make everyone switch to Corpus basically for offense, just because of that faction talent. Because and they are light vehicles, so you can't shock them. So
Well,
you
the problem with
so
that
far you
is
can.
that a lot of people won't use all their attack stuff in Corpus, so you still won't get the buff.
Yeah, but you can bring a full tune of Gorgons to clear up for your heavy before moving in.
True.
So you're gonna get the buff initially. So I mean, 15 controller drones just to kill one of them. I mean, yeah, they're probably gonna be clumped up. So now some of them might take splash damage, but still you can scatter them around. So you can minimize the effectiveness of the controllers. And controllers shoot very slow. They have 5 seconds reload or something, unless they get damaged and they have the survivors faction talent active. So mm, don't take it for granted, but Gorgons might actually give offense back its edge if they are what we assume to be. If they are as durable as or comparable to Devout's durability
I
without any
agree.
components. I mean, they have 17 million health, which is 2 million less than a Devout. So they have pretty high amount of health, and they are light vehicles, so you can't shock them. And the only way you can if you go if you're getting attacked by corpus buffed Gorgons, it's not much you can do. I mean, since they are swarm units, you might think about using the Kraken since it's an anti-swarm unit, but you never know how the hidden modifiers work.
But we're gonna have to wrap
Uh,
this up. I have to go shortly. Apologize. So,
yep. Yeah, no.
anybody want to give out shout
And one
outs?
more thing
Go
is
ahead.
you have one more. Yeah, one little thing. You have also the Hermeses, which have scramble. You can use those to scramble them. I mean, light vehicles aren't immune to scramble, so that can come in. But yeah, it's probably gonna be a big shift in the balance this couple months after the Gorgon's released and fully teched out. So we'll see.
All right. You want to go ahead and give your shout out?
Yeah.
Mm,
Paul, you want
we'll
to go
let
ahead?
Rambo go in first.
Okay.
No,
Let him go
it's
first.
like there's my shout. That's my shout out. No, just I hope we're able to educate everybody and get ready for this event. And then if you have any questions, feel free to ask them down below. I'm sure someone will answer them. But good luck and shit, it's my birthday this weekend. Oh man,
Oh, we got to hit your base.
I gotta hit the. Oh man.
I'm kidding.
Thanks, guys.
Adele, you want to give yours?
Yep. Well, thanks for helping me putting on the show, even though I was originally planning to doing it on StreamYard, but stuff happens, I guess.
Yeah, no problem.
So thanks for the support, and thanks for everyone that came in, and hopefully you had fun and learned something new, or you're pretty excited for the event. And good luck everyone in the event. Hopefully you get everything you wanted. And I guess that's it for me.
Okay, and my shout out, of course, is to the panel and for Skipjack for jumping in as well and giving all this good information that doesn't always just come across the screen when everything gets put up there. And for those of us who do run shows during the day, you cannot imagine how hard it is to get kids to stay quiet when you're trying to run one. It's like that's when they want to bug you the most. And I could have sworn that last time I had it muted, but I guess not. So sorry. But and that was the I was trying to tell her nice the whole time. Go to your room. Don't bother me. Give me about 10 more minutes and I'll be off. She kept coming up, kept coming up. That's what a mom has to do with her kids. I mean, she.
Yep.
My oldest one is fortunately at school, and my youngest one, she's autistic, ADHD, and God, I love her to death. But sometimes, you just gotta take a breathe and just move forward. So this is why I usually do shows at night. They're in bed, or at least the youngest one is, and I can calm down. And but it proves that yes, we do have real lives, we do have families, and it's not just a game, and the game is only pixels. It's just treat it as such, but this is also how we meet up with people and have really good friends. So on that note, thank you for coming, and I hope you enjoyed it, or at least most of it. I hope we were informative. If not, maybe next time. And if you'd like to jump on the show, just give us a PM. All right, y'all have a good rest of the week and enjoy your weekend. This is War Commander
See ya.
Unshackled. This is War Commander Unshackled, and we are out. I apologize. I'm getting some freaking sinuses going on here. Bye.
See ya.